Hello friends, welcome back to the lecture series on vector calculus. In today's module, we are going to discuss vector identities. Let's recall. Vector differentiation operator del is a vector quantity which takes partial derivative with respect to x along x-axis, partial derivative with respect to y along y-axis, and partial derivative with respect to z along z-axis. If we operate this vector differentiation operator on a scalar function phi, then we call it as gradient. Similarly, if we operate this vector differentiation operator on a vector function by using scalar product, it is known as divergence. If we operate vector differentiation operator on a vector function by vector product, then we call it as curl. So here, while solving this, we have to consider the input function as well as the output function. For calculating gradient, we require a scalar function. Scalar function phi, when we operate vector differentiation operator del, we get a vector quantity. Similarly, for calculating divergence, we need a vector function as input function, and resultant output is a scalar quantity. We get a scalar point function. For calculating curl, we require a vector point function f bar, and resultant curl is again a vector quantity. So this will be very useful while evaluating as well as giving the operator sign, whether it is scalar product, vector product, or ordinary product between a vector and a scalar quantity. Let's evaluate divergence of curl of vector point function f bar. That is, divergence is denoted by del dot, curl is represented by del cross vector point function f bar. So since we are calculating scalar triple product, so since we know that value of box product a bar, b bar, c bar is nothing but a bar cross b bar dot c bar, which is same as a bar dot b bar cross c bar. If you exchange the roles of dot and cross, we will get the same value. But there is one property. Value of this box product of three vectors is equal to 0 if any two vectors are same. So here, in between these three vector quantities, we have one dot product and one cross product. But these two vectors are same. So this value is equal to 0. So we can remember this result. Divergence of curl of vector point function f bar is always equal to 0. Similarly, curl of gradient of a scalar point function phi, that is, curl is denoted by del cross, gradient is denoted by del phi. So here operators are important. Since phi is a scalar quantity, del phi represents a vector quantity. Product of one vector and one scalar do not include any dot or cross sign in between them. So this is a vector quantity. Del is vector, and this value is equal to, or cross product of two vectors is calculated by using determinant I bar, j bar, and k bar, where second row is component of first vector, that is partial derivative with respect to x, partial derivative with respect to y, partial derivative with respect to z, and del phi is nothing but partial derivative of phi with respect to x, partial derivative of phi with respect to y, and partial derivative of phi with respect to z. If we evaluate this determinant of order 3 by 3, then we get, so if we, let's find coefficient of I bar. So we find partial derivative of phi z with respect to y, minus partial derivative of phi y with respect to z. Since we are dealing with continuous function phi, so it has continuous second order partial derivatives as well. So these two derivatives are same. So coefficient of I bar will be 0. Similarly, while calculating coefficient of j bar, we need to find partial derivative of phi x with respect to z minus partial derivative of phi z with respect to x. So both values will be similar. Again, coefficient of j bar will be 0. And if we find coefficient of k bar, again we get that value as 0. So this is your second vector identity. Curl of gradient of phi is equal to 0. Then we move to the third vector identity, that is divergence of gradient of phi is equal to. So divergence is nothing but del dot gradient is del phi. So if we collect these two vector quantities together and keep that scalar quantity aside, so dot product of same vector is nothing but square of magnitude of that vector. So this is nothing but Laplace equation of scalar function phi. Del dot del phi is equal to del square phi, that is Laplace equation of phi. So by using these three, we can summarize or generalize one result. If we consider D represents divergence, then curl and gradient. So divergence of curl, if you operate divergence on curl, we get 0. Curl of gradient is equal to 0. Then we have applied divergence of gradient. This value is equal to del square. So here in this case, function is important. So we have operated divergence on gradient and gradient takes scalar function. So this will be Laplace equation of scalar function phi. Okay. Again, we go for the next set of rules. Curl of f bar, that is del cross f bar. So for simplifying this, we need to go through vector triple product rule. If we have a bar cross b bar cross c bar, then this vector triple product is calculated by using one simple trick. So first, a bar is outside the bracket, so we need to keep a bar inside the bracket. Then first vector from a bar is outside first bracket. Second vector from a bar is kept outside the second bracket. Then we take dot product with remaining variable or remaining vector. So here a bar, b bar is done, c bar is missing, here a bar and c bar present, b bar is missing. We take dot in between them because here a resultant value is a vector quantity. So if we take product of these two vectors, so this is scalar, this is vector. So product of scalar into vector is vector. Scalar into vector is a vector quantity. So addition or subtraction of two vectors is always vector. So that's why this will be the required result. Or you can remember this rule by any other means as well. So we apply this formula. We call a bar as del, b bar as del, and c bar is our vector point function f bar. So first we take first vector outside the bracket. Since this is operator which is to be operated on something, so we keep this del outside and take dot product with f bar minus a bar is del, b bar is del, and c bar is f bar. So we can simplify this as this is gradient of divergence of f bar minus Laplace of vector function. So we can remember this rule as curl of f bar, curl of f bar is nothing but gradient of divergence of f bar minus Laplace of f bar. Similarly, by the same vector identity, we can derive value for gradient of divergence of f bar. We can generalize value of gradient of divergence of f bar is equal to curl of vector point function f bar plus Laplace equation of vector function f bar. So we can complete that diagram. We need to consider divergence, curl and gradient. We already know when we operate divergence on curl of a vector point function, we get 0. When we take curl of gradient of scalar function, we get 0. If we operate divergence of gradient of scalar function, then we get Laplace of scalar function. But if we operate curl on curl of vector point function f bar, then we get gradient of divergence of vector function f bar minus Laplace equation of f bar. And if we go in this direction, gradient of divergence of f bar, gradient of divergence of vector point function f bar, it is equal to curl of vector function f bar plus Laplace equation of f bar. So this simple diagram will contain all the vector identities which are essential as well as important. Moreover, we need some more vector identities for solving examples. Since we know that del is vector differentiation operator and it is pretty similar to our ordinary differentiation, then if we operate this del on product of scalar function and vector function, then it will be evaluated by using our simple differentiation rule when applied for product of two functions, that is u into v rule. And that rule is derivative of first function, second function as it is, plus derivative of second function into first function as it is. Now, since we are dealing with scalar multiplication of these two vector quantities, we have to put dot in between two vectors. So this is one vector, this is vector number 2, so we put dot in between them. This is vector 1, vector 2, so we put dot in between. So this is simple u into v rule of differentiation. Important part is remember the multiplication operators. Same is the case with if we calculate curl of scalar function. Same is the case with curl of product of one scalar and one vector function. So we apply u into v rule. Derivative of first function, second function as it is, plus derivative of second function, first function as it is. Since we are calculating vector product, so we put cross sign in between two vector quantities. So this is our u into v rule. Now we find divergence of product of two vectors. So for simplifying this, we need to use chain rule, means we first differentiate with respect to one variable, treating second variable as constant. So we evaluate first this, treating v bar as constant, plus we differentiate with respect to second vector, treating u bar as constant. So if we apply the scalar triple product, then we get divergence of u bar cross v bar is equal to curl of u bar dot v bar minus u bar dot curl into v bar. Remember this result. Same is the case with if we are evaluating curl of u bar cross v bar. Then this value can be evaluated. First we differentiate this vector product with respect to u bar, treating v bar as constant, plus we differentiate u bar cross v bar with respect to v bar, treating u bar as constant. So while solving this bracket, again we use a bar cross b bar cross c bar formula, and then we apply property of scalar triple product. In that case, our required value will be curl of u bar cross v bar is equal to u bar into divergence of v bar minus v bar into divergence of u bar, along with u bar dot del into v bar plus v bar dot del into u bar. So please go through these calculations. It is very good for your practice. Then there are some vector identities related to the chain rule. If we operate this del on function of r, where r is nothing but magnitude of vector r bar, where r bar is xi bar plus yj bar plus zk bar, and this magnitude is nothing but square root of x square plus y square plus z square. So for evaluating this del of f of r, we apply chain rule. First take derivative of f of r with respect to r into value of del r. Since r is a scalar function, and if we simplify this, we get f dash of r is equal to r bar upon r. So this formula is very essential and helpful for solving vector identities. Now let's take one example. Del square f of r. So del square can be written as del dot del into f of r. So first we simplify this. So it is equal to del dot. Since we know that del f of r is nothing but f dash of r into r bar upon r. So we separate scalar as well as vector part. So f dash of r upon r is scalar function, r bar is vector function. So we call this scalar function as phi and this vector function as u bar, and we operate that vector identity formula. That is, we operate del on scalar function first, treating vector quantity as it is, plus phi into del operated on the vector function. Since it is scalar product, so we put dot in between two vectors. So if we simplify this, here again we operate chain rule. So this is equal to, we apply u upon v rule, denominator function as it is into derivative of numerator minus numerator function as it is into derivative of denominator upon square of denominator. So this is derivative of this function of r into r bar upon r. So this will be the derivative taken dot product with this vector r bar, plus, since we know that del dot r bar is equal to 3, so this is 3 times f dash of r upon r. So we simplify this. Scalar product of two same vector is nothing but square of magnitude, that is r bar dot r bar is nothing but r square, and that r square can be cancelled here. So if we separate this denominator, we get f double dash of r minus f dash of r plus 3 upon r into f dash of r. If we separate the denominator, we get this. So this implies del square f of r is equal to f double dash of r plus 2 upon r into f dash of r, where f dash and f double dash are nothing but simple derivatives of given function f of r. So with respect to these vector identities, we can solve any example. We just need to classify the scalar function, vector function, and which vector differentiation operator is used, whether it is gradient, curl, or divergence.